Hi, you guys. Welcome to our team call tonight. We are going to do something a little bit different tonight, and we're going to do a live power hour, something I've never done before. I've done power hours, just not live before. So I created a little schedule. So we are going to pretty much work together. So this meeting, it's going to be just all of us muted working. I will come on, pretty much set a timer on my phone and let you know what the next thing to do, maybe give you an example. If you guys want, you guys are more than welcome to brainstorm in the chat if you guys have questions rather than unmuting yourself, just so everyone can stay focused. And my goal is at the end of this hour at 6 o'clock, you guys all say, holy moly, I got so much stuff done. And that is how you do a power hour. So we're gonna go through little personal development, some expanding your network, messaging, follow-ups, back office stuff, challenge group stuff, and it's all gonna happen in the next hour. So we are gonna start off with 10 minutes of personal development. So turn on music, whatever you want to do, mute yourselves and get out your personal development, whether it's podcast or whatever it is, or a book like me, and get going. So I am going to start my timer now, and in 10 minutes I'll pop back on and let you know what the next thing to do is. So let's get started. All right, guys, close the book. Done with PD. Got your little dose in today. Next thing we are going to do is move on over to Facebook, and you are going to go to your birthday messages, and we're going to spend the next 2 minutes sending all of those people a message. Do not post on their timeline. Send them a legitimate message about something. For me, I usually say, hey girl, hope you are having an amazing day. I say a little bit about them. You're friends with them clearly. Wish them a happy birthday. And if you can start a conversation, if there's someone that you knew, not new, but they're not a stranger, I would catch up with them a little bit. Ask them a question, ask how they've been, and see if it can turn into a conversation. The birthday messages, I'm on my computer. So when I'm on my computer, they are on the right-hand side of the news feed, and I sit right under events. And on your phone, if you go on your settings, I feel like you should be able to see them under there too. Does anyone else know where they are under? Oh, under events. Okay. Okay, yes, under events, and I see like tomorrow, Autumn, Lisa, and 7 others. So it should be under events, and you can go to it there. And this is also a great way to weed out your friends, you guys. If you find anyone on here that maybe has friended you over the years that they're not a target market, or Facebook maxes you out at 5,000 friends, which many of you guys might be not maxing out yet, but you will eventually. So keep that in mind. A little tip is copy and paste is your friend. There's our timer. So 2 minutes. Okay, now you guys, we are going to focus on the next 5 minutes of expanding our network on Facebook. So I want you to find some of your very best friends or some people on Facebook that you're friends with that you think would be amazing coaches or customers. And I want you to go to their friends, and I want you to friend some people that you think that would make great coaches and challengers, or people that you think you would vibe really well with and could be your friends. Don't overthink it. Don't think it's weird. Social media is literally for connecting with people. So 5 minutes, and I want to challenge you guys to at least friend 10 people in those 5 minutes. And the other thing you guys can do too is in groups that you're in, if you're in maybe a dog mom group or a mommy group or anything like that, going through and friending some of the people in there that you vibe with or that are active in those groups, or you think you might have something in common with, is a great idea too. And if you ever get messages from people saying, hey, like, why did you friend me? Just be totally upfront and honest with them of why you friended them. Say we've got friends in common, looking to network, whatever you want. But don't overthink it or don't be too nervous about that. Okay guys, 5 minutes are up. So we are gonna switch on over and go to Instagram now. So you'll need your phones and we are gonna do the same exact thing on Instagram. Instagram is much easier. You can follow people so much quicker, and it is not weird to follow strangers on Instagram. So a couple tips is I want you to just either go to pages that inspire you, and I want you to go to their followers and find people of their followers that you would vibe with. Take a look at their profile, make sure they're not another coach or selling something different. But go to pages that you like and follow. I would try to make sure they're not coaches. And if it's not maybe a person that you like to follow, maybe it's a brand, maybe it's literally look at what you're wearing, Nike, think of a TV show, go to that page, maybe even a hashtag, and go through some of the posts. And I'm going to challenge you guys for the next 5 minutes to follow at least 20 new people that seem to be your people. All right, guys. Okay, for the next 10 minutes, you can do this on Instagram or Facebook. I want you to go to your commenters and likers and go give them some love. So on Instagram, it would be going to some of your last posts, seeing who have commented and liked on them, expanding it. I have a big list of everyone who's liked my pictures, going to their profiles, commenting on their pictures, liking their stuff, and just interacting with them and showing them some love when they are showing you some love on your posts. So we are going to do that for the next 10 minutes. So maybe you do 5 minutes on Instagram, 5 minutes on Facebook. And I apologize, we were doing this for 5 minutes. I totally misread my own notes. So 5 minutes, you guys. Okay, those 5 minutes are done. And I hope if you guys ever run across someone who you think is like amazing, I ran across a few people going like, whoa, where is this person? They need to be a coach or they need to be a customer. Write their name down, build a relationship with them, send them a message. And when you're doing your own power hour later on, you can expand on these time frames. So next, we're going to do about 8 minutes here. We're going to do invites, which is like probably the most dreaded thing on here. But I want you guys, if you don't know who to invite first, you should always be working from a list. And I hope you guys have lists of people that you invite or want to invite. And you can also build this list as you go through and love bomb on people, liking and commenting, building your network every single day. Make sure you're writing down these names so you can invite them later on. But if you don't have that list, I want you guys to go to your last call to actions and I want you to go to the likes on them and I want you to go message them. And I want you to say something really, really simple, whatever comes to mind. I personally am going to say something like, hey, girl, thank you so much for the love and support on my posts about my upcoming boot camp. Is this something you'd ever consider joining or something simple like that? If it's coaching, talk about your sneak peek. But there's a lot of lurkers out there that will not ever say that they'd like to join. But man, if you reached out first and build that relationship and started that conversation with them, most likely they might join. So if you don't have a list to work from, that's where I want you guys to start. We're going to do that for 8 minutes. Okay, guys, we are going to now switch gears and we are going to do some follow-ups. So I want you to follow up with anyone who has a message that they never responded to you. And I want you guys to, it can be as simple as, hey, I didn't know if you saw my message, but I've got 2 spots left for my boot camp and I wanted to see if you wanted one. Or even turning it around and telling them that you were thinking about them and say, hey, I was thinking about you today and I just wanted to check in with you because I didn't want you to think I forgot about you. And I wanted to see if you still wanted those spots for my boot camp, or I wanted to see if you were still interested in the coaching opportunity, or whatever it is. But follow up with them. It's going to help. Don't think that you're nagging them. Make sure that you remember that they feel remembered, that you thought about them, and they weren't just another number to you. So go to your follow-ups. If you don't have enough people to follow up with for the next 7 minutes, I want you to continue with your invites. Please get started as I talk. And when you guys are doing this stuff on a daily basis, you guys can adjust these. You guys could do 20 minutes of invites and tomorrow do all your follow-ups. You could adjust the way you do this power hour. But when we're doing it like this, I want to do a little bit of both because a lot of sales happen with those follow-ups. And I hope you guys are realizing through this that doing a list would be really, really powerful, to have a list of all the people you're talking about and a tracking system. That way it makes this power hour much more effective than trying to like scramble and find people. Okay, guys, we are going to spend the next 5 minutes logging on to our back office. One thing to always remember is you guys are CEOs, and it's really important to keep an eye on your back office. If you're not sure what to do logging on to your back office, the first thing I want you to do is check out Coach Breaking News, see if there's any new announcements. The other thing I do is I go to my sponsorship drill down under, I think it's Monitor Your Business, and then drill downline, and then sponsorship drill down. One thing I am always checking for there is to see if my coaches are projected inactive. So it is Thursday, it's a new pay week. So this week goes until next Wednesday, and you may find coaches that have next to their name a circle with an X through it in red. That means they will be going inactive next week. Now, this is not to reach out to them and say, hey, you're going to go inactive and I'm going to lose my rank, but when I see someone who's going inactive, it probably means they are not plugged into a challenge group. It means they are not drinking Shakeology. It means they are not on the performance line. And most likely they might need a little bit of help along their journey. So if you see anyone who is projected inactive, one, take some insight for your own rank if you need to add new coaches to maintain your rank by the next week, and also reach out to those coaches and see if you can get them in a challenge group, see if they are struggling in any way, and just touch base with them. The other thing I do is I check customer orders, things like that. But this doesn't take long, especially if you keep up with it on a daily basis. So I want you to spend the next 5 minutes doing that. All right, guys, we have 5 minutes left, and I want you to go love bomb on your challengers. So I want you to hop in your challenge group and go comment on your challenger stuff and be present in your group. And then that will wrap up our hour-long power hour. And it is officially 6 o'clock, and we made it through a whole hour of work. So I hope that tonight you found that you got a lot of work done. And I hope you see kind of some of the things that you should be working on in an hour. I am not going to lie, in order to build a big business, and take this thing far, retire yourself from your jobs, pay off debt, things like that, it will probably take you more than an hour a day. But there are some days where you only have an hour before work or an hour here and there. And this power hour can also be broken down in little chunks. I mean, think if right before work you did 20 minutes of 10 minutes of invites, 10 minutes of follow-ups. And then on your lunch break, you did 5 minutes in your back office and 5 minutes of checking with your challengers. And then in the evening, you did 10 minutes of PD and you did, the other stuff. So just remember that this can be broken down into little parts of your day if you do work full time and you have a lot going on. And if you want to do this longer, maybe do a bigger chunk of something. I found like on the follow-ups, I was like, wait, I'm not done. Spend more time on it. If you need to do more invites because you don't have enough follow-ups, maybe do 20 minutes rather than those follow-ups. And if you find that you don't even have anyone to invite, then maybe spend a little bit more time expanding your network, friending more people, following more people, going and love bombing people, going through the people who are liking and commenting on your stuff so you can connect with them. And I guarantee you will find some people to message. And don't be afraid to be a little bit bold and throw out an invite and invite someone to join you, because we do amazing things over here and it's worth inviting too. So, Michaela, what were you lost with? I'm curious. Because I'd love to help, because I didn't want this to be confusing whatsoever. But I hope this is helpful, and I hope it helps you figure out how to spend your time. And I will let you guys go. And Michaela, please feel free to message me, because I would definitely love to help and make this really, really clear. I will also post the outline of what we did tonight. So if you want to replicate this with your team, or throw it out there that you're going to start a power hour and hop on Zoom, and I would love to start doing that. So hope you guys have
I have something really quick.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Mention. So when we go into Facebook and Instagram and love on people and like and comment, I know on Facebook like page, if you go to your inbox, you can click on, if you're linked through Instagram, you can actually pull up your Facebook like page and Instagram and be able to message both that way, instead of having to go on your computer and your phone at the same time. You can knock them out both at the, all at once.
Yes. And also I wanted to show you guys an app I use. So I actually have an app on my computer. I want to say it's called Flume, F-L-U-M-E. So I do all my Instagram messaging on my computer. That way I can type. I am not good at sitting there and texting on my phone. So if you guys are like me, and an old grandma who doesn't like technology on your phone, you guys can download that app on, I have a Mac, so you might need Apple for that, but then you can message from your computer. I don't do the likes and the comments and everything from that, but I do all my messages there, which is really easy to copy, paste, and go to town and do your follow-ups and respond that way too. So I hope you guys have a good evening, and thank you so much for joining me tonight. See you guys.